I can't imagine you're dealing with all sorts of people from different cultures too. I'd imagine because they're coming from different countries.
Yep.
And so, did you find any of them because you were a U.S. from the U.S. that looked at you like you can't connect with me?
Yeah. My buddy who's Kosa, he used to laugh about the fact that everybody that I would speak with that would have diamonds in their eyes. It's like, they speak in a lot of metaphors. A lot of the African languages tend to be metaphorical. And so, yeah, like they would look at me and have diamonds in their eyes, like, oh, American, he has US dollars in his pocket and just give everybody money, like I'm Santa Claus. But really, when I first started with my 100 shacks, there was several men who would sit out during the daytime, and I went to try to sit with them. They would speak in their language, because these guys were from Zimbabwe area. They were speaking in Shona, and they wouldn't speak English around me, and I just would sit in the mud and just wait for them and they would just be sitting there having a conversation. You could tell they would be making fun of me, telling jokes, whatever.
Did you learn any of the language in there while you were there?
I didn't learn Shona. I learned Xhosa and Afrikaans, enough to hear it. Probably like...
Can you speak it at all?
isiXhosa is the clicking language, obviously. So I can say like, which... those are some good clicking noises, but it really just means, hey, I'm really sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. I was just curious if you if you picked up some things. So were you able to have some conversations with some of the people? Be like, I care for you, or hey, or did you have to try to explain it in English? Like
No, I would have English conversations, but really, I sat in the mud for a few months with those men, and we had hired somebody from that area, from the shacks. We had hired her to just help out around the house. My wife taught her how to read English. She had never gone to school before, So she had just had a baby, and while she was at work at our house, her baby had to go to a 6-month checkup at the clinic. And so her neighbor had taken the baby to the clinic. Well, then her neighbor all of a sudden got a phone call to get a job outside of the township. And so she was like, hey, you need to come home right now and get your baby. Well, she doesn't have a car. It's not like she can just rush back to the clinic. So my wife calls me and she's like, hey, you need to go to the clinic in the township and get the baby and take it to the doctor's appointment. Well, I've had 4 kids, I've gone to the doctor's appointment with babies. So I walk into the clinic, white American man walking into a clinic in a township, and there's 75 mamas all standing there, and I've never seen Lydia's baby. I've never seen David. I don't know what David looks like, let alone there's 75 strangers with babies in this township. And so I'm standing in the clinic and I'm like, David Chirwa, and no one's saying anything except they're all laughing and making fun of me standing there, and they're like, oh, and so finally the lady stands up after 3 minutes of me just standing there calling out David Chirwa. She's like, oh, are you looking for David Chirwa? Yes, I'm looking for David Chirwa. And so she's like, okay, great. Here's the baby. And then she just jets. And so now I have this baby. Again, I've never seen David. I don't know if I even have the right child. And so then I'm just sitting there and I sit down in the middle of all these mamas taking their kids to the clinic. And I'm just waiting for them to call David Chirwa. And so all the women are just laughing, making fun of me. Like, they can't believe that a white guy's sitting there holding a baby, because again, men don't even really hold the babies in this culture. And so I'm sitting there holding it, and the baby starts crying. Now, I don't, babies cry because they're either hungry or they're tired or they need a diaper change. And so, I don't know what's going on. I don't know when the last time the kid's eaten or slept or diaper. And so I stand up, and again, I've had multiple babies. So I just start consoling it, and the baby stops crying. And as soon as David stopped crying, the whole place went silent, like dead silent. They had been making so much fun of me, and then just silence. And so then I take the baby into the checkup. All's well. Take the baby home, walk out of the township with the baby, walk back to my house. Good thing I had the right baby.
And that's good. That's good. She was probably happy to see her child. So
yeah. Angelina Jolie out of the township. So, when I came back to the township the next day, there was a milk crate with the men. I didn't have to sit in the mud anymore.
Hey, thanks for watching this short with us today. And if you like it, check out our full episodes on our channel and website. We'll put those in the links below. And as always, Scott,
like and subscribe, or subscribe and then like, whatever order you want, really.
whatever order you like.
Yeah.
Thanks.